Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Thursday to all. Let's get it. See what we got going on for today. Start off with the calendar here. Bit of a red day, but not really too much to do with USD here. Mostly Euro news and also in the evening. Nothing really this morning here we need to worry about. A bit of ECB press conference. So DAX might be a little bit scared today to move ahead of this, so we'll just be cautious about that. But in terms of gold, nasdaq, we have a bit of unemployment claims today. That it used to be a red folder, now is changed into a orange folder here. They're expecting numbers to come the same, but their forecasts are like pretty bad sometimes. So we'll see. I think it comes back around the same, to be honest, so I'm not too worried about that. Will be maybe a small move or something, and then we see what's up with that, right? So yeah, this used to be a red folder, but I think, they're moving into orange. I still believe that if we get a drastically different number, that we will see a bigger move in general here. So that is definitely something we want to keep an eye on, regardless. So don't just think, hey, it's an orange folder, I'm going to trade through that news, no problem. Just be cautious. If we have a look here at the general news tab here, see if they put anything. Yeah, the Strait is the biggest problem, right? That's just been, they keep on striking, ships keep getting hit, and obviously that's going to put pressure on the energy market. Pressure on the energy market is going to raise inflation. Higher inflation means higher interest rates, bad for markets in risk on assets, right? Meaning risk on assets are going to suffer. If we're looking at the technicals for today, we start off here on gold. So we started to make our way down from the downside this week, right? So, up from the downside, my bad. So we spoke about this major zone here in the beginning of the week and how we can bounce up into 70s. Remember, I talked about 70s as a target. We reached 65. I'm about 50 pips off. I did expect it to reach around 70 on this push up, and I've been calling this since the beginning of the week. Reason being, bottom of range. Last time we had around a 500 pip expansion. 5% expansion, 2000 pips. From lows to high, same type of zone, liquidity grab. We can expect us to come back, retest into this 4-hour zone just up here. So it's fallen a bit short, but since we've reached up here, do we want to go and retest the 4-hour? I think it's possible because we haven't tapped it. We haven't tapped it just yet. So can we continue a little bit more upside? Yes, but ultimately I will be looking for, if we continue to reject that, for price to make a lower high at some point and actually retrace this move and start to give us a bit of a downside. Because what we need is we need some form of daily structure in this thing. So we can see last time we tried. So if we rewind, remove drawings, we came up, we retested a daily, we tried, and we never broke the high, never continued. We ended up failing. So we need to see the same thing. Are we going to try again? So that obviously entails some downside first, and luckily we have some 4-hour structure to play off, where when I bring back drawings, it's going to be clear, right? We can see this 4-hour structure. If we start to leave this 4-hour structure, it's probably going to give us a good idea if we create some sort of 1-hour 30-minute structure below here, that we might see that downside move continue. For today, we are mixed session bias. Previous daily is closed bullish, previous 4-hour closing bearish, and gold is very much in the same place as we were yesterday. So if we check the 1 hour, make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a lot of lines here. I hate when there's so many lines. We have like 1 hour here, we have 1 hour here, so many lines. I don't like when there's this many lines, but we have to mark this, and then you have like another 1 hour up here. Man, gives me OCD. So we're just gonna take the important stuff. That 1 hour up there is unfortunately important. The one down here also important. This 1 hour here, not really important, as we're not gonna be trading there. So if we're gonna continue this idea of us retesting the downside here, if we leave this 1 hour here, which is also a 15, we could possibly look for some sort of continuation of sells. And if we take the continuation of sells, we need to be careful of this zone here. But I want you guys to notice we are very similar to where we were yesterday in terms of price action. This was yesterday around London was around here, this zone here. Oops. So we are not too far off from yesterday London. We didn't do anything. We tried to break out higher. That was that retest that I expected to come into 70s. We weren't far off, 65. And then we immediately snapped back, right? We immediately snapped back. And then once we snap back, now we're basically back in the same place here. So sitting at the same place means a few things. First of all, it means that price has not really picked a direction because we're not really higher than yesterday's price. We're in the same area. And secondly, that we are not strong on buyers at the moment or sellers because we're not heading down. So I would like to see how this candle here closes in around 15-13 seconds. If we can close below here, we might be able to sell. I would say probably I want something leaving the 5 because a lot of rejection wicks, and all of these rejection wicks are actually making higher highs, showing me a little bit more confidence in buyers. You can see we've respected the zone right there. So we need to wait another 15 minutes to get a close below before I consider sells. Otherwise, we might just range in here. So plan for gold today is going to be let price show us what it wants to do inside this range first. If we leave this range, possibly we can attempt to look for some further downside here and see if we can retest the 4-hour before any other, before we do anything else essentially. If we move on to NASDAQ here on the other hand, and we check out the daily time frame on NASDAQ here, previous daily started to reject in this daily zone. We closed bearish here. 4-hour time frame is also stuck in a small consolidation. So it's not showing us straight sells, but we have double rejection to downside, double rejection to upside. And in the 4-hour, we are kind of more uptrend here. Again, a lot of lines. As long as this 4-hour support is respected, it's kind of the same scenario as gold. We're going to be potentially respecting 4-hour support to continue up. If we're looking at 1-hour time frame here, same as gold, getting very, very messy here. See, this is a 15 here. So yeah, pretty messy here on the 1-hour. Let's go mark our resistance here. I'm liking more buys than sells on NASDAQ at the moment. Sells is showing me a lot of rejection candles here. Yesterday, London, we did end up moving more towards the downside. We do have this little 15-minute here. So if we do leave this, we can be more on the selling side. But if we do respect it, yeah, then I'll be looking more for the buys. This is why I don't like the sell. We don't have much room. So much BS. So much BS. So we probably need to close below there. But I prefer if we see some sort of structure here to take potential buys, get back above this range here. Trade towards the 1-hour. We have a 30-minute bullish already. So this could set up. It's a little bit early, but we're just stuck at a previous range here at the moment. I want to see something clear that. So hopefully this can close bearish. Next one close above essentially. And then if we get that closing above on the next one, then I can have a little bit more confidence to trade into that 1-hour and see what happens. If not, we might continue down to fill this range. If we're looking at DAX here, DAX is pretty interesting. We start off on the daily time frame on DAX. We can see daily actually broke structure this previous range here. But when we investigate the overall volume here on DAX, pretty low. 4-hour time frame rejected that. So we tried very hard this morning. If you look, this is beautiful closures. We had daily closure, 4-hour close above, but just lacked continuation to try fill some of this zone here. Instead, we've come down to the bottom of the range here. We're sitting at a previous daily resistance. If we do respect that, then we can look for potential upside from here. But if we start to break through and continue this downtrend, then we should see some downside. If we look at yesterday's session here, which was this one here, we broke around this time. We closed the candle bearish below here and melted for a little bit. And then London session came in and reversed price. Will we see something similar today? Definitely possible. Definitely possible we see price get below here, fill some of this range. 1-hour already gave us the close below, and then London maybe tries to reverse it. So I'd say if I get a 15-minute candle closing bearish like this, I can sell to this low here. Or if I get a 15-minute candle below the low, I can sell to this support here and see what happens there. And that's kind of going to be my plan for DAX here. I don't want to sell after this fake out candle we have at the moment, because this candle is technically closing back in the range. So I want to see price show me it rejects in case it wants to make potentially a higher low to continue up. So I'm going to be watching that. But that's the plan across NASDAQ, DAX, and gold here. So we'll see what ends up happening. Gold is trying again to break these lows, but we're getting a little bit of rejection. 15 minutes is quite some time. We have 10 minutes towards this candle. If we're going to sell on a 5-minute, we want to see a 5-minute bullish and then maybe a next 5-minute closing below here. To sell early here, we don't have 1-hour candles supporting us. We don't have 30-minute candles supporting us. All of them are at support, which would be a break of plan, right? So this would be super interesting to see how we react from there. And yeah, that's the analysis for today. Let's get it. Yo, what's good? How you feeling, bro? Good yourself? What is China doing with gold into new phase tomorrow? We could see effect coming into the months. Potentially. Took the sells down, took a managed L on that setup 5 back up. Just started to chop for NQ. S5 back up. Yeah, not much 5-minute structure in this here, you see. Just push straight. Plus counter bias as well. Early trades, again, early trades always require a different strategy for stop losses. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the analysis, you know the drill. Leave a like. Would appreciate it. Yeah, we do have Delirious on. So something should set up. Let's get the likes up to 60. Yeah, 60 would be fine. So this is why I didn't want to just buy randomly here. Imagine I just press buy break of 15-minute high. I'm game over. I wanted to see something get back above there. This can definitely do it in 3 minutes. So let's see how it forms in 3 minutes. Obviously the 1 hour is our problem. This 15, not too worried about. We tested it already. So if we get back above, I would be questioning why are we getting back above. This should have just been the rejection and we should fail from there. Good morning, morning guys. I'm on DAX 5-minute sell. Good luck, good luck. Yeah, DAX maybe will close below soon. Or it might reject, we have to see now. Just have to be careful, we're not full bearish bias. So us closing back inside this range here could lead into higher lows 50% of the time, right? So it's a 50-50 if we're going to continue down or not. Because we have daily time frame giving us good bullish candle close here. 4-hour time frame retesting into a previous zone here. Hi, those trades from yesterday, could you please correct my trade and mistakes? Can you see this? Or does it not show? When I open it, does it show? Or can you not see? On Zoom. Can't see? Then send it in the Discord. Then I could show you. In Discord, just send it in Discord. We'll pull it up. So 5 minutes for this candle to close. Nasdaq candle looks like it's not really interested in continuing up just yet, but we'll see in 5 minutes. Gold candle also 5-minute candle for 5 minutes for it to close. We just opened no top wick on this 5. Let's see if we fake out from here, or is it just gonna dump straight here. 5-minute candle closed below the support here, but we don't have anything closing below here just yet. If it's just gonna dump like this, then it's just what I call a melting candle. Nothing really you can do unless you want to break some rules, which is not in my playbook to break rules. I've lost a lot of money breaking rules. Out BE on DAX. Yeah. There'll be more sells if we can get below this range. So yeah, let me know when you send it in Discord. Send it in like maybe London session, or maybe it's here. Is that the one? Yeah. There we go. So this first one fine, but bigger stop loss below here. Second trade here, never buy this much momentum here. This is a silly trade because you're just randomly buying the highs. Same thing with this here. If you already took a buy here, why trade this? This is how you give back your money here. And then why switch bias? That would be my questions to you. So three questions. Don't double down at highs. Double down at better prices. Pullbacks back to here. And then why switch bias? Because those habits can affect long term. What's Nas doing? I mean, Nas, if this closes like this, next one closes above, it's not too bad. 1 minute is very sleepy though. Gold just dumped here. We tapped now this 5 target down here. Bam. So I don't trust gold to melt a bit further right now. Where were you yesterday? We were missing you. Got caught up on some stuff. So this wick fill I don't trust because we've tapped into this 5-minute zone. This is kind of like a mini demand zone. So it has some relevance. I mean, I've seen before this 15 now snap and close back in the range. It's definitely possible. What's DAX doing? Yeah, so DAX struggling to close below here. 5-minute will close bullish, which is nice because another 5 below would be good. Otherwise, we might start the reversal above here. Look for buys. And NASDAQ, yeah, just hovering around the same place. Pretty low volume. Yeah, look what I told you about gold, right? I've seen it snap back inside the range. Issue is sometimes this snap inside the range will not come all the way down here. It will do it just here. Bam, back in the range. Couple of 1 minute candles. It's a very difficult wick fill, this. Only way we can wick fill this, did it close below the 5? It did close below the 5, yeah, we need really good top wick. Tesla posted bad numbers yesterday, sent NQ down and made it even open with a gap. Yeah, we have a lot of earnings this week, not only Tesla. How did DAX close? Oi, last second close. I wonder if broker has some sort of wicks here. Or is that just a no bottom wick close? Yeah, that's a no bottom wick close. Very tough. So no bottom wicks here. The problem when price closes on a no bottom wick, it kind of makes it a bit sketchy. I've noticed it reduces probabilities of continuation in the direction it closed with no bottom wick. So there's so many explanations why, but you normally want a wick here. And if you do have a wick, you do have much higher probabilities. I do have. Yeah, the only thing that's nice is the size of the top wick that we're making. Like, that gives me a little bit of confidence. But break of low, we don't even have a 1-to-1 here, reaching this. So we'll have to give it a second and see. Gold coming back inside the range. Nas is getting its volume. Yeah, single candle. A little bit disgusting, to be honest, to have that in a single candle like that. And 15 broke structure as well. Shish. We might have to look for something above the 1 hour. Hey bro, hope you're doing well. You said you might do a webinar power hour next. Yes, even if you miss the webinar, it's recorded anyways. We said that, so it doesn't matter because you'll get it recorded anyways. Yo Harry, I'm in drawdown 1.2k in my 50k combine on Top Step and I have 12 days left. What should I do to pass it? Not sure, man. That's up to you. Have a strategy, bro. Have a system.
Click buy and sell at the same moment.
Whichever one goes in profit, that's the one I told you to do.
Yeah.
Bad Dax, bad boy took my B, then dumped. Isn't that always the way? What did you have here on 1 minute? Oh, you had some 1 minute structure. Yeah, sometimes it likes to retest the 1 minute structure. But you did retest here first, so it's not that bad. Thanks, bro, because I've been trading power. I don't, but I don't know, need to find out more about stop loss placement, what moves. Yeah, of course, man, we can have a webinar. It's very basic. You will notice in the webinar that it's just fundamentals, man. You know, it's just understanding. Like, if you can understand market positioning in depth, it's powerful. So look at gold, right? Strong 5-minute bullish. Hi, amateurs. Hello, professional. Please give me a signal now so I can follow your sound advice. What's your logic behind your strategy in trading based on psychology? It has a big part in trading for sure, but remember, most psychological things are individual, right? Everyone acts differently, and it's normally cultivated from something on the charts. So normally an action on the chart causes you to feel a certain way, and that habit normally derives from something you do outside of the charts. You are going to be the same person you are inside the charts and outside of the charts. And that's the difference. What qualification do you have that allows you to trade? You can ask your sister. Last night I was with your sister and she was telling me how good my qualifications are. So maybe you could ask. That's gotta be rage bait. Oh, it's pretty hard to rage bait me. Like, if it comes to banter and someone wants to have banter with me, I'm so down, bro. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Bro, I'm trying to drink my coffee in peace. Need to warn? What can I do, bro? So look at Nas, right? Wow. That is like crazy. Right? This is why closures like, this is gonna catch out so many people. You know how much people FOMO'd in here? Snap straight into the lows. Now we buy. I'm watching Raja's $50 to 50K challenge. Almost no losing trade, sitting on 8K after 3 months. Is this real? Yet the only time he loses is on stream. Brother, you can make your own decision. You're an adult, man. Believe what you want to believe. In my opinion, how does that benefit you? That is my question. How does it benefit you? Because if we look at statistics, right? It's not the probabilities. The probabilities are not there for you to take $50 to 50K. You need luck involved. 50k close to a lottery winning. All he needs is to make 50 to 60. He'll pass it in first phase. Gold 1 hour is consolidating, good to take a trade. I wouldn't say it's fully consolidating just yet, but yeah, I get what you mean. You are correct. DAX made the bottom wick. It's not about the bottom wick, it's about the previous candle not having a bottom wick. This candle. See, 5-minute candle also snapped back last minute again as well. Yeah, London Open in 5 minutes. Let's wait for London Open here. Could be exciting. Gold, we might get a 1 hour candle close below, but we're respecting this 1 hour support here. Nasdaq, I really hoped Nasdaq could flip here. We get the 1 hour above, would be really nice. Anyone want to bet in which direction DAX is gonna fly at the open? Yeah, we can do that. Let's put a poll. Let's put a poll. Let's see if YouTube chat gets it right. DAX open. Up or down? Simple. Let's see. I'll tell you guys I have already mine, but if I tell mine. How did you know if anyone in the exclusive group was from Nepal, or did you have anyone before? Yeah, I'm sure we've had, bro. For sure. I do remember. DAX open direction up 62%. What are we guys saying in exclusive here? Surely it goes down. Every single day of this week it was going for a buy. Should we put a tiny lot for a buy then? One lot buy. Even YouTube chat is saying buy. Maybe we should put one lot buy, but I don't like to encourage this, but this is... No, I'm not going to encourage this. Why am I double typing? Yo, relax. Do it in secret? No, one lot on DAX is nothing. That's like 0.1. 50-minute S3 on NQ. Are we going to get it? Where, bro? Oh, this one for sells here. Yeah, you're not wrong. But we need to... Yeah, we could try this, to be honest. Depends on the 1 hour. It's just so close to this, right? We need to be careful. But you're not wrong. Unless it does this, right? It's a good liquidity grab. Oh, there's your answer. Yeah, it's tough. Same on DAX. Let's keep an eye on NQ, because if NQ closes the 1 hour below, I don't know. NQ is not easy. It's not easy, but we could try. It's just not easy. That 1 minute really doesn't give me any trust. This whole range here on the 1 minute here is really sketchy. 60% of you guys are saying up, guys. 60% of you guys are saying up on DAX on the open. Let's see if you're right. 1 minute. 1 minute to put your decision. 61% now. 62%. Gold will need to mark this 1 hour support. Bam. Let's see if we close below or above. Honestly, I would like to potentially buy gold from this 1 hour. Okay, 20 seconds. Let's see, guys. 61% says up. It's dumping now. Damn, look at this dump right before they open. Will it go up or down? Let's see who are correct. Down. Everyone was wrong. Everyone was wrong. So thank God I didn't press buy. All right, let's check NASDAQ here if we have some sort of opportunity at the moment. How did this 1 hour candle close? So we're respecting 1 hour support here. A little bit tough to sell at the moment. 30-minute barely closed below. Actually, it didn't close below here. We're going to check futures. Now we're going downwards here. 15-minute is lagging. You do get that 15 S3, right? Not me? Yeah, I said everyone who voted down. You do get that 15. That's an interesting way. Let's see if we did get the close below on. Yeah, 2 points away. Yeah, same here, bro. Here we are 3 points, you know, not much difference. But with spread, you know, spread's a point. You're done. You're done. It's so tough. How did it close on futures on the 30-minute? Did you get the close below? On broker, I didn't. And on futures, 30-minute. No, you didn't even get the close. Not on NQ. Maybe NMQ, but not on NQ. NQ respected. NMQ buy a point? That's interesting. I wonder if we can buy back up from here. That's a very interesting move. Very hard to take this type of move. How did gold do here on the open? Everything's dumping here on the open, man. What a weird open. Like everything was at support and everything just decided to dump together. Let's see what we can do. We still have time. Are you gonna drop 100 grand for Insider Trump news? Bro, you can't even buy it. It's only for Wall Street. Wall Street can only buy it. It's crazy. It'll just be another trick to make money. Bro, it's all crazy. This is sketchy, this market here, man. I really feel like we're gonna get some sort of weird move here. Just need to be a bit patient. I want you guys to notice what we're doing here on a technical standpoint here. So if we look at daily here, overall market economy as well, we can do, let's do gold because you guys like gold a little bit more. Let's talk about what's happening on gold. So gold is known, right, as two assets. It's a risk on. Let's not do red. Let's do blue. So we know gold is a risk on asset, RO, or SH, a safe haven asset. Those are the two roles that gold plays. Safe haven because people like to sell their assets into gold as a hedge against inflation. Risk on means that they want to use this to actually make money. Majority of this year, price has been used as a risk on asset, less as a safe haven, because as Middle East tensions escalated, gold prices started to tumble down because people were like, whoa, price was at 5k, and at 5k that was really expensive. I want to now take my investment out and I want to put it into cash and realize gains, right? So we saw that happen. When price rebalances, we see now price come to macro levels here. This was the last significant structure we had before our monumental rally to take it all the way back into 5k, right? This was the last time that we saw 3k before we went into 5k. Naturally, coming back to that structure is going to attract some sort of buying. Okay, so to create support around here is good and it's healthy. If we go to a weekly time frame, we can see that's our last significant weekly structure as well. So hanging around here, not going to be out of the ordinary. Bouncing from here, pretty healthy. Until we change fundamentals, meaning that inflation is not becoming a risk, right? And we're seeing that interest rates are not becoming a risk, then we're going to continue gold to start to hang around and start to push up. Gold ranging, this is a weekly time frame, is very normal. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks here. Range, range, range. Gold ranging is something very normal. So for gold to play out a little bit of a range here, or maybe up into here, we could see price push into here before trying higher. Or if we see interest rates start to hike, right, that's going to be number one. If we say interest rates start to hike, we will see gold move down. So as a trader perspective, what are we going to be doing now on lower time frames for taking trades in these type of areas for something like gold? Well, we should be understanding where is our mid levels here. So we go on a daily time frame. From the daily, we mark these lows here. This is going to be a zone where you don't want to sell because we know that this is a liquidity zone for buys. And as a buyer, we don't want to be buying at these highs here. So that's why today we were happy to look for some potential sells as we sit in this range here. So over the next session or days, if we do not create higher low structure, there's a high chance we're going to continue down because we have done the bounce into our first target. The big question becomes, what you guys need to keep an eye on is, does price allow itself to make a higher low? And do we attempt to break a little bit higher, which brings us into 320s before discussing further downside, and then this becomes our range until we make a decision there. That's going to be what's super important. If we look at the moment here, we can even investigate further. And when we investigate further, we have this 1 4-hour support here. Every time we break structure on the 4-hour, right, it's normally led by some sort of downside here. So if we do break structure on the 4-hour, right, then guess what happens? Then we could potentially start price moving towards the downside. But people just think once we break, it's going to snap. Not necessarily. We could close below, pull back, retest into the range, then continue down. Okay, if we do start faking out, meaning the 4-hour doesn't even close below, it's going to change the script here. So we can see we're seeing a lot of weakness here. For price to come and retrace this move during today, it's not going to be out of the ordinary. We could definitely come back and test 100. That is something that I'm looking at, key level 100 here. But will a simple candle close below, right? Will a simple candle close below give us the move? Not necessarily. And this is where people go wrong, and then they don't understand session-based volume analysis. And that's how you trade a session, is understanding just because a higher time frame is telling you one thing doesn't mean now if you rip sell here, you're going to get rewarded with a massive move down. Right? Doesn't mean you're going to get rewarded with a massive move down. We discuss this every single week. and all the time. This is how I do weekly market prep in our webinars, because it's important to understand. The next step you guys need to have is a proven system, something that's proven. For example, my system, I traded it live on YouTube since 2023. I haven't changed my system, only refined. So this is all proven data that's proving to me that my system does work. And once you add a system with analysis, you will win more than you lose, and that's how you become a profitable trader. The last part of the equation is having an area to hold yourself accountable when you make psychological mistakes, to have a structure in psychological mistakes, because that's the last thing holding you back, is going to be you and human error, right? That's the last thing. So if we're just going to absolutely melt like this full red, it's not going to help us a lot, because we're not going to be able to put any stop loss anywhere. It's going to be a frustrating session. But don't disregard that any time. This is where people now sell the lows and they get caught up. Don't disregard that if price pulls back, remember the analysis we talked about. That becomes opportunity, right? That becomes opportunity. So instead of FOMOing, you think about the bigger picture, because if price is able to come back here and then you take sells from here, you can hold this all the way down, potentially back into 92s, 100 first, check out 100, we'll see what happens at 100 first, but you could hold it all the way into there. So it would have been nice if we could have caught something here that gave us a clear entry, but unfortunately price closed at the 1 hour, and that breaks a plan. And if you break a plan, then you don't have a system, right? So yeah, let me know if that makes sense for you guys. I see a lot of you guys kind of left the stream, not really interested in it, but the guys who stayed, this is golden information. The way of me analyzing like this has made me 5 figures per month often, right? And that's how I do it. It's because I understand my analysis and I'm able to break it down and feel comfortable on lower time frame instead of feeling lost, right? And the same thing can be done for NASDAQ as well. So I just hope we get some structure instead of this just being a melting session, because melting sessions are not useful for us, right? They're not nice, because they're just red candles here, and we don't want to sell at the lows here. So it's just a frustrating session as a trader, right? It's frustrating as a trader to watch something melt, because it's tough, and this is where your bad habits start to come. And I know even me as a trader is frustrated, because I want to be part of this move, but I'm not going to find an excuse to be part of this move that ends me losing money, because if I do something stupid today, the higher probability is I lose money. And what's worse, missing a move or losing money? You know? But the sell signal was there. If you had a sell signal plan, you take your plan. I have my own plan that is able to generate me profits all the time. You know? I am not playing with small risk. I'm risking 1.5, 2K per trade. I need to follow a plan, right? But I win more often than I lose. So if I break my plan because there is your signal, how can I trust your signal or your plan when I'm there risking someone's monthly salary per trade? I didn't mean it as an attack, bro. I'm just saying head and shoulders shows a trend reversal. Yeah, my analysis shows a reversal. Did Trump post anything? Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty heavy move. Let's see if anything was said. Not really, man. This is pretty important though. EU countries agreed to freeze, but this was a couple of minutes ago. Freeze Russia oil cap price for 12 months. It's little bit because this is Russian oil though, not Middle Eastern, but you know, that's always had problems with the recent, just volume. Yeah, it seems like it. I was just double checking because it moved on every single asset, right? This is also not healthy to see everything move the same. We don't like to see that. Straight 1 minute candles. Big shark in the water? Yeah. One of my friends who lives in Cornwall used to swim out in surf with a fake fin. Oh man, that's classic. Do you think Trump is a shark or a whale in this market? He's definitely a whale, bro. But you know, Trump he's not able to move the market. It's just his influence is able to move the market, not his money. He doesn't have that buying power to move the whole market from his investments. So he's actually not. He's just, what would you call it? A whale shark. I don't know. What would you call someone whose influence can move the market? Right? Because it's only his influence that's moving the market. It's not his actual investments. A sperm whale? Fair enough. No, but what animal, right? A whale, we call a whale or someone big. So what animal would we call an influencer? What's an influential animal? Trump's kid had an investment? Yeah, but it's not enough to move the market. 200 billion is not enough. Like, even if you send 200 billion on one asset, maybe move it max 2%. I mean, not even 2%, man. A parasite, a walrus? Bro, I don't know. A pig? A 100 minis can move the market? Yeah, but you know the value of 100 minis? And it can't move the market that much. In Philippines, they call their politician crocodiles. I like that. Yeah, then maybe we can call it crocodile. It's just for a second, but it moves. True. Yeah, tiny moves like that. Yeah, it's true. This is where the danger zone of trying to catch sells lower is. This really doesn't help us the way that the market moved today, and we're really close to my 100 target. Very difficult. I got cooked on Nas when for a long after the 15th. Yeah, it's not really the best trade, that one there. Straight into resistances. We were talking about it. 5 minutes straight at the resistance there. Bam. 1 hour just above. You definitely need something above. You were not on stream when we were discussing it?
No, I joined literally as soon as you were talking about. I was studying it, you know, when you said about the previous range.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I took it off the 15. Do you still think that matters? Yeah.
It's there on the 15. You can see it.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be, oh, yeah, huh? It should be, you should know that before taking the trade.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Oil played out breakout earlier, setup one. Which oil? US oil or Brent? Both, yeah. Yeah, that was a nice clean one. Setup one, bam. This one. This one is a little bit harder. Since this morning, so many people trying to long NASDAQ, and it's all bearish bias since this morning. Like, you need proper confirmation for NASDAQ long. I saw people like stuck on these longs here, really want to take this aggressively. These longs, like, you need confirmation, especially when we are not, like, daily gave us rejection from a daily resistance. Tell the story. This is important. That daily is super important. Just from the daily, I know this is not a okay, any idea for long, let me take a long. It's important. Now we tap the bottom of the range. It's nicer now for longs because now we're at bottom of range. Man, this was just one random move and now market's gone to sleep. Look how low volume the 1 minute is. We've just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can. Look at this. Just so slow. Wonder what the market's planning to do right now. We'll see how this 5 minute candle closes though. Might close below this. If we're just gonna head down very heavy today, there might be like a wick fill opportunity. because we didn't tap anything here. Nasdaq is a bit sketchy, but I rather sell here than sell at the lows. We just need to see the top wick here. I need a very decent top wick. If it just opens dump, I'm not taking it. But if we get a decent top wick, yes, because we don't have 1 minute structures here. So I need to see good top wick. That'll give me some confidence. Yeah, that's not bad there. Yeah, I like this top wick, man. That's valid for me. I'm gonna try it once we break the lows. For me, this is valid. Look at this top wick. If it's gonna flip now, makes sense. Otherwise, no trade. Then I hop off. I'll put my stop wherever this top wick is. So I'll calculate for here for now. 41. What a 1 minute candle though. It's a pretty stupid 1 minute candle. But let's just see how it forms. This is why I wanted to see a good top wick. Imagine it made a tiny top wick, flipped, and then everyone pressed sell. Bam. Straight to stop. But I don't like this. Is showing me too much bullish pressure at the moment. So unless this 1 minute starts to do business, then we shouldn't be taking... Yeah, I don't think we should be taking sells just yet. We need to wait here. I need to see more confirmation. You're selling lows, isn't that breaking a rule? Price has dropped the whole Asia. No, I'm not selling lows. This was the support here, and you can see we're actually not too far from where we broke out from. So if we mark the 15-minute support, that is the low here, and we're not too far if I'm selling here. If I sell here, it's a bit too far, but if price is gonna just dump today, I need to get in earlier than rather wait for more confirmation. I prefer this to pull back. What it's doing now is what I prefer. But like I said, the only way I would enter this is with specific confirmations, which it didn't give me. So since I didn't get that confirmations, I don't enter. It keeps me safe, and that's why I have those confirmations. Let's check what Nasdaq is doing. Trying to get back in the range. MetaTrader trying to get back in the range. I can hear it. Tax. Yeah, this is sketchy, right? Because we won't even have... I mean, it could. 15 could close back in the range, but it's one 15-minute candle. We don't know direction yet. 50-minute S2 on NASDAQ structure on a 5. Look, whenever you get this heavy dump that breaks all your structure, you can't trust just one 50-minute candle close here to reverse the whole move. Because if you go break up high here, your stop loss is 50 points. 50 points is here, man. That's where we expecting price to get back to. There's no guarantee. We could start continuing down here. We haven't picked direction for the day. You know? We can't be sure as well today is pure upside. That's another problem. This closed below the previous 15 here, so that's sketchy as well. But maybe we'll see how it forms. Up, there's a gold move. Why does it have to form like this? Why can't it just form in like an easier way, not so complicated like this, man? Right? I wanted the sell here, but it just formed in such a complex way. Like, you know, we get 15 close bullish, we get 5-minute candle close back in range, and then we break. It's just so hard to just keep your sell stop there. It's not even a setup 3 proper, this one. Unless you ran stops here. That's not worth it. We'll see this 5 close. This might be a small option here. I'll need the same plan as what I had on gold. Close below, good top wick, bam. And I'll need some structure on lower time frame. So I have to be picky here. I don't care if it goes without me, without what I want. Especially selling at this area here. Yeah, 30 as well is above. So we need to be picky. Need exactly what I want to see. I need to see lower time frame structure, good top wick. So the gold trade was invalidated. The trade was massive bullish pressure. Yeah, from that candle. We can discuss it after stream. Or in the webinar. Like note it down and then ask me in webinar. Just need to focus on what's happening now. I don't want to miss anything. So I need massive top wick here, massive, because I want to put my stop above the top wick. That's the only way I enter this now. So I want to see this retest into here, like what gold did, and then I'll be able to take a sell break of low. Right? By that time we get the retest, lower time frame should sort itself out, all of this stuff. If it just goes from here, not worth it, because even risk to reward wise, I don't have here 44 points for 22, it's not worth it. If I can get us to retest here, my stop loss will be 21 points to the wick is 20. So I have at least something. I mean, it doesn't have to go that high, like here is fine. Same as gold I need. Because you see that gave gold the juice to push down, you see? Because we came all the way back up and it grabbed the juice to at least fill the wick. Now we're struggling at the wick, but it was enough. And that would be my target, is the wick. Because look at this lower time frame, is very sketchy. We've not done any pullbacks. Just melted. Not enough this. If I take this with this much top wick, I need to go very aggressive break even. We do have at least one 1 minute candle green here. So if I take this, I need to move to break even very aggressively. I wonder if we're in that type of market though. I haven't calculated a stop though. Yeah, this is nice. Liquidity grab now. So now if this flips, I will take it now, because now we've done the liquidity grab above the high. Now if it flips, it's valid for me. But still, I'm going to be aggressive with break-evens. I still don't want to mess around at these price levels here. But if there's volume like there was on gold, I want to be able to give it a shot. And we'll see how this 5 closes. If this 5 closes strong bullish, it's not going to count. Alright, so we're triggered. At the moment, I have no chance to go to break even. Obviously. We want to see this 5-minute open. Once we break the lows here, I can go break even. There we go. So I'm break even now. Can I survive? Come on. Oh, come on. Nah, that's it. I'm out. I can't risk it at these lows here. Even if it goes, it goes. I just can't risk it at these lows myself. I wanted to see the 1 minute did get below. This definitely still can continue, but I just can't risk it myself. Not with this risk, but probably will still go. Yeah, it's good till this 1 minute structure here. If you want a proper break even, would be this. You know, at that 1 minute there. Where's my chart? At this zone here. This is your proper break even here. Where we just tapped. Let's see the reaction from here. Where's the drawings? Yeah, there it is. Had TP at 1 minute structure. But where's your stop? You didn't even get a 1-to-1. 0.5. I just want to see if it gives a 1-to-1 or not. Had TP just before the wick, not the body. Yeah, but it didn't give a 1-to-1, no? This might do it. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Okay, cool. So there was enough volume today, but I can't rely on that. Plan was okay. If we got this candle a little bit earlier, maybe I could have said, hey, if we break 1 minute structure, then I can manage. But you know, if you get a big candle here, it's probably you won't be able to manage here, right? It's very hard to manage these type of trades sometimes. So yeah, that was my shot for today. Appreciate you all. Take care and hopefully catch you guys tomorrow. See you guys. Peace.